Welcome to Sports Talk with the Cowboy.
Welcome and thanks for riding with the Cowboy. Big All-Star game last night, 6-6 in the ninth inning. Had to go to overtime. National League wins the game, good All-Star game. Big news from last night as far as Major League Baseball is concerned. As far as the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and their football practices, there's nothing to be reported today at this show. As you know, the 24th of July, and it is in the middle of July now, will be the first day of training camp, and until then, not much news nowhere, to be honest, about the NFL. The big news this week was the Major League Baseball All-Star Game, and that was last night, and Home Run Derby was Monday night, when our Calinero, our third baseman, Junior Calinero, was runner-up in the home run contest. And the catcher from Seattle wins the contest on the Home Run Derby. But last night it went to 6-6 in the ninth, and then it was an overtime game in which the National League won the game. So it was 9-6 as the final last night. National League beats American League. So there's no news on baseball because they were all at the All-Star game. The other ones that wasn't on the All-Star team wasn't playing. They won't be playing until Friday night, and that's 2 days from the shooting of this show. There's not much more news in baseball right now as far as what is going on. The big news with the Rays is the Rays were sold this week with a letter of intent to purchase to Zabaliskie, the developer in Jacksonville, from Stu Sturberg, the owner, present owner. And that deal will go through when the owners meet on Labor Day weekend and vote it to go through. The money part of it has been achieved. That's $1 billion with a B, $700 million with an M for the Tampa Bay Rays to be sold. And so this is the big news. Tampa Bay Rays baseball has been waiting Stu Sternberg to get rid of the team after he blew this deal with the St. Petersburg on the stadium. Well, he got rid of it. We talked about it last week that wasn't any news, wasn't any sounds coming out of this meeting, and that was a good thing because that means things were getting done. Well, they got done quite well. The meeting of the owners Labor Day weekend will vote whether he is to be the owner, and there's no reason for me to believe he won't be. So the Tampa Bay Rays, right after Labor Day this year, will be sold to a new owner. And the new owner we spoke to about before is Zabaliskie out of Jacksonville. He's a home builder and a town builder, corporate builder. He's got a bunch of other people that come up with that $1.7 billion as investors that are bought into this situation. There's a list so long that we'll have to wait to the final sale to give it to you, but there's a lot of big names in that list that have put money into this $1.7 billion purchase. Now, as we know, even though that's a lot of money, you don't get a stadium in that money. So they still got 3 years to play out at Tropicana Field, 2026, 27, and 28. And those 3 years, I'm sure, will be played out in St. Petersburg, even with the new owner. It's going to take him time to build the stadium once he buys the team, okay? So this is the big news on the Tampa Bay Ray front. When any of our professional football, baseball, or hockey team is sold, that's big news. That's big news for our market here in the Tampa Bay area. So big news, big news, big news. Rays are sold in September. So that's about the biggest news I could give you on the Rays. They're about the third place in the American League East. There's no news on what will happen once he owns the team. But here, Cowboy, I will give you my opinion. I do not believe they will fire Kevin Cash, nor do I believe they'll fire the president or vice president of operations of the Rays team, just because the owner has sold the team. Because, he's an owner. He's smart. The team is a good team. Ran well. Ran with very little money. Very competitive. They spend $80 million a year. The Yankees spend $270 million a year. And they stay with the Yankees. And you ain't going to get rid of them kind of people. Okay? Because there'll be other people that would be glad to take them off your hands. So I don't believe the new owner is going to come in there and shake up a whole lot of stuff. He's just going to own the team and try to figure out where to build his stadium, which I still say will be out at the fairgrounds in Tampa beside the Seminole Hard Rock Casino, okay, on Indian property, which they own, for the name of the stadium and pay half of the $3 billion it'll cost to build a stadium. That's what you've heard here now, so 3 years from now, when they go to billing it out there, they say, hey, Cowboy told us that 3 years ago. You heard it to me first. 301, 60, 275, 75. Look on them highways. Tell me where they all meet. I'll tell you where they meet, and you know where they meet. Right there. Okay, we'll keep you posted on what's going on with the Rays as far as baseball come Friday night when they go back out on the field. And I will say this, Stu Sternberg still owns the team, okay, until that vote of the owners and the money transfer. But that transfer has been set up now, kind of in an escrow, okay? He knows he's got it. And, I think it's really up to the owners. I don't think they'll have a problem with it. He's got deep pockets, and he's got what they love, cash flow. Okay, he's got some big hitters with him. Okay, so that's the big news in Ray baseball this week. On to the Lightning. No news there. Again, no news there. They're off. No training camp. Enjoying themselves somewhere. This week, Sonoma, NASCAR, Sean Van Gisbergen, who won the Chicago race 2 weeks ago, won the race in Sonoma, in wine country, in California. Road course ace, second race of the year, wins the cup race. So congratulations to Sean Van Gisbergen again. Our driver, Michael McDowell, had his best finish of the year in 4th place. Congratulations to Spires Motorsports and Michael McDowell coming in 4th place at Sonoma, which is a good track for Michael. And it's the best finish of the year. So that's about what's going on as far as NASCAR is concerned. Going on over to golf. Scottish Open is finished. Now the Open Championship, the last of the Big Four golf tournaments, this weekend in England. Okay. It'll be a big match. All the big boys will be out to play in the final major championship of the year. So they're all there. And that'll start tomorrow. First round action. Friday, second round. Saturday, third round. And, of course, the final will be Sunday. There's an 8-hour difference there. So you people who want to watch this British Open, there's only one thing I got to tell you. You're going to have to watch it in the middle of the night, okay? Because it's 8 hours ahead of where we are, okay? So it's pretty tough watching. But I'll keep you posted on who wins it next week. And so now I'm going to go to the questions. And the first question is from Beverly. And Beverly wanted to know about the race sale and where I thought that the best place for the stadium would be in Hillsborough County. Beverly, I think personally there's a lot of good places. West Shore Mall that they're tearing down over on the bay, but it's close to the water. You got to go through Tampa. Down in Ybor City, they got 14 acres by Channelside, by where the Lightning play. That's 14 acres, I said to you. It's not much land, but it'd be hard to get in and out of there. You know how bad it is to get downtown Tampa. Beverly, if you've ever been down there, it's tough after a hockey game to get out of there. Okay, you can get out, but it's tough. So where were you going to put it? You're not going to put it in St. Pete. You're going to put it at Fairgrounds because you got the Seminole Indian tribe with their casino that's willing to foot the bill. You're a new owner. You got money. You're a billionaire, Beverly. You don't want to mess with no politicians and a bunch of people yakking about public money and who's spending it and we can't spend it. You want to go to somebody that says, I got the money. I got the flow. I want my name on the stadium. I have 120 acres of land. How about that? Right here. With all 4 of these highways on it. 75, 275, 301, and 60. That's all I'm saying. That's where they're going to be. But God bless you and thank you for your question, Beverly. That's not official, but you heard it here first when it does happen. The next question is from Daphne. Daphne wanted to know about Tristan Wirfs, our left tackle. Will he be ready for the first game of regular season this year? Daphne, I do not know. I think he might be better after training camp. We'll just have to see. If they put him on the PUP list, they call it, which gives them a chance to keep him off the roster, not counting against the 53 men. A player can't not perform. He cannot come back for 4 weeks. If you put him the first game on the PUP list, you can get another player, put him on your team and make 53 players because he's not considered on your team. But he can't come back after 2-3 weeks and say, I'm ready to go. Don't matter. You got to stay out 4 weeks. I think they will evaluate him after preseason. But he's not going to do nothing until then, but nothing but watch. I'll keep you posted on Tristan Wirfs. I'm hoping he gets back by the first week or two, and they keep him on the roster because he's that close to getting ready to go in, and he might miss a game or two. That's what I'm hoping and praying. I'll keep you posted as time goes on, and we get started in regular season, preseason, and training camp. And thank you for your question. And the last question is from Cindy, and Cindy wanted to know what I thought about the bodyguard at the Sonoma Raceway attacking a legend racer in a wheelchair who was in the pit area and throwing him down and causing a concussion to him during the Sonoma race. Cindy, this is a little known incident that took place at the NASCAR Sonoma race this week, and a sprint car legend racer was in the pits as a guest of a race team in his wheelchair because he had just been injured in a serious accident in his race car. And he was about 6 weeks out of having surgery. And somehow or another, security guard down there gets hold of him and yanks him up out of his chair and throws him down and then puts him into a concussion. What I think about it is it's a criminal act. And if NASCAR should stand up and fire this guy, and then somebody should arrest him, okay? Because he has no reason as a private security guard to go around attacking somebody in a wheelchair. I do not support it, and I will not allow anybody to tell me no different. The man did not have a gasoline bomb or something to try to blow somebody up. He was merely in the pit area with the people who had invited him there. And to go off into that situation, to yank a wheelchair-bound man up, throw him down and cause a concussion is ridiculous. I think it should be on every talk show, every sports show in America to dig out who this guy was, okay? And he should be arrested. And NASCAR is going to be on the hook for every penny of his rehabilitation. And if he has a lawyer, he's got one calling him right now, okay? But I'll keep you posted, Cindy. If you know anything on your comments, send it to me, and I'll try to find out what has actually happened with the man. I think he did come out of the concussion, but that's a serious situation. God bless you, Cindy, for your question. Ladies and gentlemen, God bless each and every one of you. We're going to keep you posted on the Sports Talk with the Cowboy regular season football pool. It'll start the Thursday after Labor Day. That week, you can pick, right Labor Day weekend, you can actually pick your teams for that week that will be starting on Thursday night after Labor Day, with the Dallas Cowboys and Philadelphia Eagles will be the first regular season football game of the NFL season. And that following Sunday, our Bucks, of course, will play the Falcons, and everybody else will play. So we'll keep you posted when that time comes. We've had a lot of people ask when it will start, and that's when it will start. We'll keep you posted closer we get. And until the next show, God bless you. Be kind to each other. Pray for the victims of the flood in Texas. And until next show, Cowboy out.
Have you ever had a dream that you want him to do you so much you could do anything?